Hey, how's it going? Story time, right? Bring this down a little bit and tell you something about a story of mine about Central America. A beautiful woman, a girl, and a guy. They met at a diner where she worked. She wanted to go to Central America for, I don't know how long, a month, maybe more. So after his birthday, he takes a trip. He spends all of his money to go down there, which wasn't a lot. And he decided, where's he gonna go? What's he gonna do? He meets her. And then they start to do the date halfway through the month where he decides to ask her out. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So, Panama, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica. And I'm going with, I don't know, let's call her Zoe, right? So Zoe's amazing, brunette, beautiful, looks like an angel, super artsy, loves to mingle and hook up and get around in many, many different ways. Super, super interesting. That's a word recently, interesting, but she really was. So, where did we go? We went to Los Lagos de Nicaragua. On the first date, we ended up dating. That is the Great Lake of Nicaragua, about the slice of a cheese slice of pizza that looks like the size of mostly New Jersey. It's gigantic. Inside is a dual volcano island. I kid you not. One's active, one's inactive. And around it, I think there's 50 high schools and 50 schools and 5 high schools inside of it. That's gigantic. So we're going on this trip and we have to take a ferry, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna get sick on this ferry. This is gonna be terrible. It's taking forever. So what did I do? I said, hey, let me help you guys out with that rice and those heavy bags. I tried my best. I'm a pretty strong big guy, and I carried them, and everybody's laughing as I'm doing what I can. These little tiny guys are killing me. All right, that's really impressive to the soon-to-be girlfriend. So we get it in there, and I hit my head. I've got my baseball cap on. I still hit my head, and there's cow dung everywhere, and there's bowls. Then one of them comes out and chases all of us, including me, but I was lucky. So I run off to the side, and the bull's coming, and he runs down, and I've got a video of all this great, crazy stuff. And then everybody's laughing. I thought, yeah, it's kind of funny until he gores you. So we get on there, and I'm getting sick. And it takes at least an hour and a half to get into the actual island itself from the mainland. It's crazy. The other direction was about 6 hours to 8 hours, depending on how fast you go. Hour and a half, I'm fine with it. We get there. On the way there, the waves are going like this. And I'm like, oh, is this all worth it? Of course it is. She's really cute and amazing, right? Ah, this is the only place in the world they have freshwater sharks. I kid you not, freshwater sharks. And I thought, great. Well, at least I'll definitely die if I fall in. When I fall in. So we get to the mainland. I'm feeling really good. There's a little model of the entire place. It feels like Fantasy Island meets kind of like a Freddy Krueger, something crazy is going to go on. And there's an Italian guy with his friends going by, and she whispers to me, oh, I said, well, what's the matter? Oh, I don't want to say, he's really handsome. And I thought, I'm still alive. I'm feeling really, really great about everything. I said, oh, that's awesome. Hey, by the way, my friend thinks you're really attractive. She's like, oh my God, don't say that. And I thought, I didn't realize I was setting myself up later on for part of this story. So we have to find a place to stay. We've got the whole day. We're going to stay there for actually the weekend. And there is a veterinarian clinic that we stay in a veterinarian clinic. We rent a room. Across the way is a casa with everybody partying later on. But then it's her idea, let's go to the first dual volcano island. And I said, let's rent a motorcycle. That'd be easy, right? So I rented a motorcycle. It'd be a lot of fun. Why not? So I got the motorcycle. We get on the motorcycle and I think to myself, you know, that's going to be a lot of fun. But when do we have until? Until dark. And I thought, oh, fuck, man. It's already like 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We need more time. Don't worry about it. We're riding around, all these beautiful homes, and things are like half built, not half built. It's really like super country, and everyone's actually really nice. And we're having a great time. The lady had a monkey, and it's her pet. We're eating at our little lunch area. So we see a bunch of kids, and we stopped at a school and actually taught English for a little bit there during the afternoon. Just on the fly, 30 minutes, have fun. And there's a graveyard next to it. All the little kids are looking at us, and there's a little escuela in the background. So we get to a banana farm that later on we would have stayed at. And the banana farm has a family that we were going to eat at, and they have a little part of their house that hitches out, and we get to order fish, pescado, and then we go inside. I kid you not. The dad and the mom are cooking in the other room. There's a little TV. It looks like it's from the 1970s, something like from Twilight Zone, right? Sit down. It's in the dark. It's getting darker. I'm going to have to pay for that motorcycle. And we're eating, and then they bring it out to us in their living room in different couches and little chairs and sofa chairs. And we eat, and they're wonderful, and we pay them. We try to tip them. And then we get on the bike to go back, and it's really dark. And you know how animals have this tendency? I love animals, but they have a tendency to go in front of you. They get past you. They freak out in the other direction. This motorcycle didn't have a headlight. We didn't have helmets either. It was really, really dangerous, to be honest with you. So I got another one for her anyway so we could rent it and use it from somebody else. And we're riding around, and a pig goes in front of us, like a little baby pig, and still a big pig. And I heard it squeal, so I'm pretty sure we didn't hurt it too bad, but I felt terrible, you know? And we're racing, and we're racing. This is like a video game, you know? Now there's all these obstacles. It's like Frogger meets Paperboy from back in the day. Your girlfriend's on the back. We've got to get back. And then all of a sudden we're in town, and there's like torches and shit like that. And they're all lit up, and there's smoke, and you can barely see. It's definitely the start of something like, I don't know, Resident Evil or something terrible like, it's just something bad. And then there's the police pulling over somebody else with a motorcycle, and they're really obnoxious frat bros, and they're complaining. They're getting arrested because they want to pay the extra bit for the motorcycle. I instantly went in and said, look, thank you so much for this bike. What more do we owe you? They only charged us $5 more for the day. That's it. It was nothing. And we had a great time. The bike's away. So then we go into the bedroom and, you know, we have sex, which we had a lot of sex actually. So it was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. But I asked her, do you want to be my girlfriend? And she's kind of stuck. Of course, I'll be your girlfriend. So let's go downstairs, go across to the little pavilion area, and it had these cool, I don't know, like a little party central, but it was ancient, it felt like. There's a lady sitting down. They're all drinking some type of made-up gin, some type of something, right? Some moonshine. And this big guy wants to fight me. He's excited. He wants to box. So I'm like flipping around, showing him that I could kickbox and all this great stuff, and I have no idea. But I confused him, right? And then they stopped, and they said, oh, you want to buy some of our moonshine? My new girlfriend. I'm like, oh, fuck. She knows I don't drink, ever. So I said, okay, let's go over there. So the Italian guy is over there, a couple of streets down. It's nighttime now. There's a woman there. My girlfriend starts to make out with a woman, and, well, my girlfriend. And the Italian guy comes over, and she's going into the darker area trying to make out with him. And I'm like, what is going on? The other guys are on the side. And then all of a sudden they pull out a knife, but I didn't realize they had a knife. And there was a bunch of pipes next to this old moonshine building. And I pulled it out. It was like a 10, 12-foot pipe. And I'm jabbing some guy in the foot. The other guy decides, wow, it's a really bad idea to mess with this guy. The other Italian guy comes over to me and says, no, everything's fine. Goes back and forth with Spanish. It's like, I can speak Spanish. It's fine. But he quells everything. He feels really bad about her. And I said, don't feel bad. I mean, look, this is what happens. You know, she thought you were cute. It's fine. We go back in, and then we do the other stuff the day after. And we climb a volcano. We get lost. There's mud everywhere. We're climbing like a 45-degree incline or higher. And we're going up to the non-active volcano because we got lost. There's bugs everywhere. Who knows what else is out there. It's hours and hours and hours and hours. Come back down, then we do a little bit of swing dancing and show everybody how to do that. It's really fun, and flipping her around, having a great time. Then we leave, and as we go back, we finally say goodbye to that island. To so many other adventures in an hour that I could tell you, but for right now, I'll tell you this whole month, that's that set of 2 days for the date, long date. And on the way back to the mainland, remember, we are on a ferry kind of a thing that had moles and cows and dung and rice. Great, right? And on the way back, we don't. We have a dad and his son at the end of a long boat. Not even that, it's a small boat, going like 8 people. 3 rude French people, and I can speak French as well, and not very well. And they were really rude about that. French are really great about that. And the little boy, I kid you not, is in the front of the boat with a bucket, and he's pulling out the water as we go in the freshwater shark lake, the only place in the world where it had closed off and they adapted, as we're going to the mainland. Then on the way back, we take another bus to a place we had been before, and the bus at about 60, 70 kilometers per hour, crazy speeds, hit a cow and exploded. And everybody laughed. I thought it was terrible. It was horrible, she and I. But then I felt really good that I saved the life of the pig by trying my best to not hurt it. So that adventure was nuts. But I'll tell you something, I was on the edge of my seat every single time, and I could probably break that down for you a little bit better, and I have a whole video as a reference, but I'd rather not show her, but I could show where we had gone and what we had done. And I hope you enjoyed it, and there's a lot more where that came from, believe me. story after story after story. I'm sure you've had them before, and I hope that was entertaining.